What's good? What's good, everybody? I'm Seay, and welcome back to the channel, Seay Speaks, where you already know we're about to do something different. Yeah, I am super excited to be here with y'all today because today is going to be a very special day for me. I'm going to let y'all in a little bit. Now, in the spirit of Valentine's Day and LMA's new album, Do You Still Love Me? In light of that just coming out, I had to hit y'all with another lyrically poetic, right? Now, this piece is near and dear to my heart, but I just wrote it today. But it's been written in my heart since June 13th of 2025. I actually wrote it down on paper today, which is rare because I actually wrote it on paper. Normally, I don't do that. A lot of people tell me that my writing looks like chicken scratch, and I would agree or disagree, depends on the day, because sometimes I can read it and sometimes I can't. Now, we always, when it comes to Valentine's Day, we always talk about husbands and wives, or wives and wives, husbands, or whatever. And, relationships and boyfriends, girlfriends, and, your significant other, your boo, your old lady, all that stuff. But it's not very often that we talk about friendships. Every now and then people have their little friend, what they call it, Valentine's Day or something like that. But I wanted to talk more about friendships today. So that's what we're going to do with another lyrically poetic. Now, story time. I'm not going to get emotional, but on June 4th, 2025, my wife lost her best friend. And I'm not talking about just any friend or companion. This was really her matron of honor, her sister, her really God sent, God given homie. You know what I mean? And she passed very suddenly, shocked us all. And on the way to laying her to rest, we were driving to Albany to lay her to rest. Ella Mae's song "Break My Heart" came on. I use Spotify, so it came on Spotify. Now, I remember the first time I heard the song "Break My Heart." I remember just getting this euphoric feeling. Like, it just made me so happy. If you have not heard the song talks about being in love but being afraid to get your heart broken, right? But if they could choose, if LMA essentially could choose anyone to break her heart, it would be you. And in LMA's case, I'm assuming was Jason Tatum. But that song is beautiful. I just love it. Every time I hear it, it would just be, I just got the vibes. LMA brings all the vibes, right? But that day, driving down to Albany, me and my wife, we could not stop crying. We were just crying. We would listen to the song. We listened to it probably 2 or 3 times, crying, crying, crying. And after we finished with that session, I turned to her and I said, baby, I get it. I said, I really understand now. I said, I heard the words differently than I had heard them before. When I was listening to it in a euphoric state, I interpreted the words differently. And so I told her, I said, I get it. I said, if you could choose anyone to break your heart, it would be Jenn. I said, I know that may sound crazy, but that's just really how special she was, right? Now, Jenn was, of course, my wife's best friend. They met before me and my wife met each other, but through the years, we got extremely close. She's went to bat for me. She's had my back. She's taught me how to, showed me and exemplified how to advocate for yourself. So I cherish Jenn as well, and I mourn that loss every day as well. But I think it's also because I feel my wife's pain. I feel her struggle. We've been through a lot. That's a story for another day. But we have been through a lot in a short period of time, and so this was really just the icing on the cake. What, we're taking another hit, you know what I mean? So, but I miss Jenn dearly. I miss her so, so much. Her spirit, it definitely lives on. Her quotes, her different things she would say, how she would say them. She had this very distinctive voice. I miss her so, so much. But I wanted to combine my two loves, lyrically, poetic, and do this piece for y'all. This poem was really inspired by the deeper meaning of that song, at least how I took it, the deeper meaning of my interpretation of that song and what it means to my wife, because I actually wrote it from my wife's point of view. When I say the words I and things like that, I'm writing it as if that's my wife talking. So just so y'all know that. Now, I just want to give y'all a disclaimer. Y'all gonna have to hear me sing today. And you know why? Because my last video got flagged because I had too much of the original song in the video. And I really only do that just so you guys can get into the mood, into the zone of the poem and the interpretation of the piece that I'm doing. But we're gonna have to y'all just hear me sing today. So I'm not even gonna play a snippet, do any of that. You have to just hear me say a few words, because that's the thing. I use some of the words that the artist also uses in their song. I spin it, I switch it around. So it's like hearing some of those lyrics and those words helps put it all together in a little pretty bow. But we're gonna just put it in a bow together without the music. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna just that way I don't mess up the lyrics because it's hard to sing it, a little harder to sing it without music. All right, here we go. Feeling anxious, track star heart racing. You're contagious. I'm so taken where you take me. Your love's sacred. Ayy, it's amazing. Just saying, oh, I love you, but I'm so scared. Still, I want you near. Face my fears, 'cause if I had to choose who could break my heart, baby, it would be you. Don't know what you're doing to me. Spending my life with you only. 'Cause if I had to choose who could break my heart, baby, it would be you. You, baby. Is that crazy? Hey, cause if I had to choose who could break my heart, baby, it would be you. All right. That's enough of that. But I had to sing at least that part because that just it just hits so good. Like, and her voice is just butter. So I mean, I'm not doing any justice. I suggest you go listen to it. You can even pause this real quick, listen to it, come right back, and then finish, and then you can hear my version of my piece to break my heart. How about that? Because I know you're probably like, Lord, I wish you would stop singing. But I'm gonna keep singing. I'm gonna keep singing. You know why? Because I love to sing. So it's all good. But anyway, now I'm gonna hit y'all with Break My Heart, an original by Seay. I'm super excited. I'm gonna try not to cry when I read this, but Jenn, this one's for you. This one's for my wife. Y'all best friends and sisters for life. All right, let's get into it. Just because y'all thought I was joking, I really have this on paper. And my handwriting, I don't know if you can see that, it's not great. So I told you I just wrote it down today, so I don't have it memorized. I've been memorizing a lot of pieces, and it's been going great. But today, y'all gonna hear me read. All right, let's get into it. Break My Heart, an original by Seay. Just saying, you had our hearts racing. Couldn't even rush to the hospital because we were stuck in rush hour. It even started raining, which in hindsight was God watering your flowers. But man, is this even real? We were supposed to be kicking it in a few hours. We were scared, so anxious, felt outrageous. And then our worst fear. Just saying, Jenn, we thought you were gonna be here. Until we were old and gray, but instead, my friend, you were snatched away. We surely weren't prepared for this day. There's a certain weight you feel when a loved one passes away. There's a heaviness that you just can't seem to shake. It's synonymous with the passing of a baton, a transfer of energy and spirit and trademarks of a person that continues to live on. Just saying, Jenn, what an amazing track star run. We're still connected, even though our hearts are stunned, connected through that lifelong love. But I know you're still smiling down, giving out heaven's best hugs. Sissy, you'd say, in the most loving and distinctive way. She goes, Sissy! In the most loving and Sissy! In the most loving, and I can't do it. I can't do it like how she could do it. My wife can kind of do it pretty good and imitate her, but I can't do it. She say, Sissy, you say, in the most loving and distinctive way. You were careful with my heart, and everyone knew about me you didn't play. Still, I want you near. My face is still full of tears. But if I had to choose who could break my heart, yeah, Jen, it would be you. If I had to choose who I could no longer call, if I only had a handful of tears, yeah, for my sis, I'd shed them all. Is that crazy? Yeah, maybe. But I still talk to you daily, connected through a bond that I'll spend my life cherishing. So if I had to choose any baton to be passed along, it would be yours, filled with names and glitz and glam and quotes to reminisce on. Yeah, my heart is broken, but I choose you to break it again, because I will always love you and miss you, my sister and best friend. Yeah, y'all, I don't even have any more words. I miss that girl. I miss that lady so much. Such a beautiful soul. That was really, like I said, that was dedicated to my wife. That was dedicated to Jen. Broke my heart, girl, but we would choose it all over again. Just a little piece inside of me, y'all. It's the month of love, so I'm spreading love, but I'm doing it a little differently today. Just giving y'all a little insight into my heart, to my wife's heart, how we feeling, things we've been going through. Um, I don't have much else to say other than that. Other than I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all, LMA. You're dope as hell. Thank you for writing such a dope piece. I'm excited to listen to your album. I already listened to a couple of songs, and the ones I've listened to, yes. So I'm gonna get through that whole album, and don't be surprised if I end up doing another lyrically poetic to another LMA song, because y'all, I love LMA. So if I didn't say that already before, I'm telling y'all that again. I love her. So to my wife, to Jen, until next time, Seay speaks. Peace.